ending April. April was not good, and I'm actually not surprised we sold off the way that we did at the end of April. I feel like that happens in the market every now and again. If it's an ugly month, the last day of the month, funds are selling and all this other crap. So it wasn't surprising April ended ugly. We also had big earnings this week from Amazon, AMD, and of course Apple. That's a huge move, way over the expected. I think the expected was like
six and a half.
But when you buy back $110 billion of stock, I mean, come on. How much is this move earnings versus the stock?
By the way, a lot of it is, but I hate the fact that they're buying back.
Me too.
Yeah, that doesn't do anything for me.
AMD sucked this week. Earnings were not good. As a matter of fact, a lot of the chip stocks were down that day. AMD was down big. So was Nvidia and a couple of other chip stocks, but they've since obviously recovered. Amazon was kind of lying in the weeds there. So of course, two big things this week. The first was the Fed meeting. It was kind of a weird day because we bounced big after the meeting, right? But then we faded pretty hard.
Yeah, and bonds actually yesterday morning got all the way down to just over 114 again, like 114.02. Mm-hmm. Now they're trading 116.02. So it's been a nice 2-point rally, But I thought that was the biggest layup there was. None of these other things I think were a layup.
Yeah, it seemed like it was. This week, the Fed came out and said that everybody's been talking about stagflation. Well, they don't.
Oh, that's such garbage.
It is garbage.
Bullshit.
It is major garbage. And
I can't stand those discussions. I won't even allow them here.
You won't even dignify them with a response?
I will not.
They pushed back on raising rates too, which obviously has been something that people have started to chatter about. Oh, well, if we're not going to cut.
Well, if you go over 116 here in the bonds, and they're right at 116 now, the rate cuts are back on the table.
Exactly.
That's why I can't stand all this stupid chatter. When just look wherever the bonds are. Just make it fully transparent. I wish these guys from the Fed would say that. Listen, if the long bond's over 118, rate cuts are on the table.
They're never going to say that.
If the long bond is under 114, rate cuts are off the table. Everything's done. You're done. Okay.
They're never
going to
say that. But yeah, that would make trading a lot easier for a lot of us.
Well, it would make everybody understand how the markets actually work.
He also said that they're not going to cut rates unless inflation slows down or job market gets better. Well, guess what? What did we get this morning? U.S. jobs report comes out. Unexpectedly plunged. I think the number they were looking for was 240. We ended up getting like 175. It was the biggest miss since December 2021. Unemployment rate rose 0.1%, and wages pulled back. So now you got the first thing that we needed was the jobs market to calm down. Next, we need inflation to calm down. Who knows when that happens? But I think this was a huge report. Clearly, market's moving big. Market loves it. We'll see what happens when the actual session comes in, right? We've seen a lot of times where you have a big move like this pre-market. If we hold on to this,
we're not. It's Friday. We're not. It's not. We're holding on.
You would think so, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, look at Wednesday this week. Though,
doesn't matter. Friday's different than Wednesday.
Gold and oil are at 6 and 4 week lows respectively. What do you think about that?
Good.
Coincidence?
Good.
Yeah, it's a good thing, right?
Yeah.
I'm actually short gold here. I think it's about time it's going to fall, but I don't know. This rate cut thing coming back into play actually changes that muckies up that whole thing. We'll see. Look, this is VIX and the dollar. Dollar was still remaining big, but we've seen volatility come in big. Obviously, dollar's in more today after this big. The point being, dollar had climbed up quite a bit. We saw VIX climb up quite a bit. But this week, prior to today, all came in pretty big. The story is...
I don't like the dollar here.
You don't like the dollar here?
No.
There's a lot of people long the dollar right now. There's been a lot.
Everybody's long the dollar.
Yeah. Why, though?
I don't know.
Think the market's going to tank?
I have no idea why anybody's long the dollar. I don't like the dollar at all.
Yeah.
The dollar is one of the best plays on the board to be short the dollar. Long anything you want.
That being the case, we're talking about, and now with metals, like I said, gold has had a tough time, and oil, we're talking about commodities, but metals in general. Copper, silver, same deal. It's been a tough week for metals. You got any metal exposure here?
I do. I have strangles in gold and copper.
That's good. Yep.
Nothing in silver, but I will tell you right now, the copper is in the stratosphere. It's still, and you can't be shorted.
No.
Like, I mean, every time I get short, I get killed. So I just adjust my strangle every day. So far, so good.
Yeah, I tried to short gold to no avail a couple of weeks back. Didn't do anything for a while. As a matter of fact, I eventually put on Iron Condor and GC. That's been working. I just got back in this gold short now.
I'm short gold strangles. They came in big this morning.
Yes.
They killed premium in gold. They killed premium in copper. They killed premium in crude oil. Everything they're murdering premium this morning across the board. Every single commodity.
Yeah, VIX is going to end up, I mean, by the end of the day, VIX could end up being.
VIX is under 14 right now, but the VIX futures, where are they? 1460.
for
Yeah, but
May.
the actual VIX cash is under 14.
Yeah, it's going to be a big premium drop down.
Oh, it's going to be an absolute squash.
This was interesting to me. Bonds and utilities for a while. I mean, obviously, a lot of utilities names were following what was going on with bonds, but recently they've diverged, and bonds were still kind of tanking, but utilities were remaining bid. Obviously, this is going to change. Another one that's going to change again today, but
Yeah.
bonds are going to be up. But it was interesting to see this divergence.
Yeah. So we got short utilities yesterday afternoon. I sold XLU. One of our viewers pointed it out to me, and so I got short XLU because I feel like it's also like a long bond play.
It is, yep.
Yeah, so I think it's going to be a good trade this morning, but we'll see. XLU was in the stratosphere, so I got short XLU towards the close yesterday. Should be a good trade this morning. We'll see.
It's always nice when the viewers participate and give some good trades.
Well, I had forgot about this. I wasn't really watching XLU, and I never make any money in there. I hate that stock. So I figured, you know what? I'm not going to do anything two-sided. I'm just going to sell premium. I'm just going to sell calls.
Just something to throw you a little curveball. So these are the biggest grossing music tours 2023. Did you see any of these people this past year?
I haven't. I don't do anything.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't been. I did go to 3 or 4 concerts this year.
Yeah.
But I did not see any of these people.
This is just to kind of let you know what's hot in the streets right now. Obviously, Taylor is number one, $1 billion. I also got the average ticket prices for these things as well. $238.95 for hers. Beyonce was number 2 with her tour, $580 million. Average ticket price.
They're both freaking monsters.
Who? Oh, those two? Oh, yeah.
They're monsters.
No doubt. The Boss. You ever seen The Boss? I've never seen The Boss.
I have. I like Bruce Springsteen, but I like Bruce Springsteen.
Well, why'd you say that twice?
Well, I grew up in New York, and if you were kind of from New York, you really couldn't like Bruce Springsteen.
Like a Jersey dude?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But as I got older, it was okay.
This is gonna get emails. You know this.
Right? I know.
$379 million. I didn't even know he was on tour last year.
He was. He played Wrigley.
Did he? Yeah, I did. Oh, yeah, you're right. I totally forgot about that. That's right. Coldplay was on tour last year. $325 million. By the way, we were watching TV last night. Did you know Kate Hudson has an album?
Kate Hudson has an album? No.
I did not know this neither. Apparently, she's doing music now. Speaking of Coldplay, well, she wasn't married to Coldplay, dude. But
she's great in whatever that movie is when she plays a groupie.
Almost Famous.
Almost famous. Yeah. It's funny. We were going through
That's a great movie.
Catalog. I've never watched that one. We were going through her catalog last night.
Classic.
Is it?
It's great.
I don't know if I'm the target audience.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, no, you'd be good.
Harry Styles. Look, I realized he was a big deal when he came and he sold out the United Center 3 times.
I know.
That's when I realized, okay, you're a big deal. You know, didn't Olivia Rodrigo same deal recently, like 2 or 3 times?
Yeah,
you're a big deal. Morgan Wallen's on this list, $285 million for those who are in the country. Ed Sheeran, $268 million, and then Pink was on tour last year, $232 million. So these are who's hot in the streets right now, just so you know.
I think I'd like to see a Pink show.
I would too. Yeah, I used to like her back in the day.
Yeah.
I used to like when she had this song Lady Marmalade with like all these other girls, and it was like Lil' Kim.
I don't know.
It was a good song.
She just looks like she's a badass.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Isn't she from like Philly or something like that?
I don't know.
I'm making that up. To round this out, Sony and Apollo make this $26 billion deal for Paramount, which owns CBS and MTV. I wonder if consolidation is going to be the future of this streaming stuff. The stock is doing nothing, but this has been a big deal. They've been talking about a whole lot, and it's something to keep an eye on, I think, because there's still a lot of streaming names out there. WBD, obviously Netflix is the king. I'm keeping an eye on it.
Okay.
Finally, yen moves this week, and it took them to the tune of $57 billion of intervening to make the yen move. You have yen on.
I do. I'm long yen. So far, last three days, so far so good. But year to date, no bueno.
Yeah. Coinbase earnings were influenced, obviously, by Bitcoin's big quarter, but crypto is not really that strong right now. No. Tuesday, the cannabis stocks, he made a big move.
Crypto just rallied $2,000, though.
Yeah, what's following the market,
today, right?
Yeah. Tuesday, the cannabis stocks moved after DEA set to reclassify marijuana to a less dangerous category. And then research this week, April 30th, OJ, theoretical and realized profits. Take a look at that.